guys, and welcome to the fourth live stream. And past 2 days haven't been doing any live stream, but I'm definitely working on the Nightingale itself. Just an update before I move on to the project. Over at Patreon, tomorrow, or actually tonight, I will be sending out the PDF for playground issues. Next one will be the lake, if I'm not wrong. So you'll be expecting to receive them through your email, alright? Then next month, like I mentioned earlier on, is that I will be issuing out the Nightingale project in that playground issue as well. So we'll be more focused on the stand of the lake, although there's no lake, but there are some details there that I'm working on. So those will be the first few things that I'll be sharing over at the playground issue. Beside the lake, I will also be sharing the arm portion for the Barbatos. So it will be two issues combined into one, so that next month I can actually start on the new idea that I have. So the first week, just to repeat a few things, the first week when I share out the PDF file, you guys can actually take a look and digest and ask some questions. It can be related to the issue itself, or it can be back to the previous issue, or anything that you have seen in the past work. You can ask any questions that you want to ask over at the community page at Patreon, and then I will either answer the questions there, or if not, on the fourth week itself, I will be doing an exclusive video just for the supporters over there. Okay, so moving forward, I'll be sharing with you guys about the update on the Nightingale project. Okay, so for the past 2 days, I didn't really have so much time on it, but I definitely have some improvement or some changes going on with the design, or actually with the way things are being mounted. Okay, if there's any problem with the sound, do let me know as well. See if there's any way I can improve on it. The settings that I have right now is actually the same as before, so it should be okay. So back to the project itself, one of the things that I have been changing is actually the way the backpack is being attached. So this is most probably my fourth or fifth time changing the way the backpack is being joined. I always have this problem of the backpack being too heavy, or the things will be slanted because of the rifle weight issue and stuff. And I don't want the situation where after being displayed, because of the weight issue, either the rifle is being slanted to one side, or the whole model, the whole backpack, fall down, drop down, got damaged and stuff like that. So I want to make sure that the security of the parts are there. So I will just start off with the bottom part. Okay, so I actually went to added some pla plate here, okay, and to cover up the party itself, and I actually went to drill some holes and then secure it in with some metal rod. Okay, so this metal rod are able to go in. Okay, there's another hole inside here, so it's supposed to find that hole and secure it in nicely. Okay, so you can still see a little bit of gap, and then the metal rod will be revealed. That one can be easily fixed after I add some pla plate in between, okay, to cover it up. Okay, but this is one way. This is quite a light piece, but if I don't use these two rods, there's no way this can be secured properly. Okay, so moving on next is actually the part where I'll be putting the backpack. So initially the idea was to use one of the fuel tanks, then it'll be secured inside, but it's rather shaky and unstable, and it's not really supporting the rifle weight well enough. So I actually changed the idea and try using the same method at the bottom. I actually drill the same hole, but inside actually secure it with epoxy putty, which means it's not really hollow, it's actually filled up with epoxy putty. And let me just take out the top piece here. So this will be how the top part will be secured. Okay, you will not be shaking too much. And one more thing is, okay, this fuel tank will be inside here. Okay, so it will fit nicely. I'm also thinking of using something else to replace the fuel tank, but for now I will just use the fuel tank as for this current design. And next will be actually putting on all these attachment points. Okay, followed by the booster itself. And the booster right now I won't be attaching it because I make some changes to some of the attachment point as well. So one of the changes that I made is that I actually extended the length of it because things are starting to crack. So fine. I don't remember where I placed them. Okay, but anyway, what happens is that there are some areas that are starting to crack away because of the pressure and stuff. So I decided to take it out, just cut, extend the length a little bit so that it's not adding too much pressure on it itself. So I'll wait for it to cure, then I will cut it off, the excess, and then sand it down. And also it's either do or die thing. I'll put it one side, hopefully it will cure by tomorrow night. Hi Vincent. Hello. Okay, let's move on. So in terms of the design and detail work on the top part itself, I'll be working on it maybe in a few months' time. Okay, another problem I face is actually some of the emptiness part that I have here. So initially I was thinking of using some of the Shinaju shoulder to add on the parts. Then just playing around to see what are the parts that will fit nicely inside. So it's still an ongoing process of playing around. I might even need to build my own detail parts to fix some of the gaps inside. So currently this is how it will look like. Nothing is perfect at the moment. Okay, but at least they are secure, which is what I want it to be. Okay, some of I don't want the situation where after being displayed or after painting it, things are falling apart. So these are some of the things that I learned from my previous build. Okay, sometimes I can use magnet, but even with the super glue itself, the magnet will drop off. So I rather use pin or metal rod as much as possible. Okay, so I'm going to move all this aside to give ourselves more space here on the screen. Then I will be doing the next part. Okay, I'm just moving all the things into another box. Okay, so moving on. Okay, this front piece have been here for quite a while, and all these things here, I'm trying to fill up the hole with the plastic that come with Nightingale, or all the remaining runners that I have from the Shinaju and stuff, and then I apply the sprue cement over it. So it's been here for quite a while already. So what I'm going to do next is actually sand it down. Then once everything is sand down, I can start to do some detail work. I've really drawn out some rough design of what I want to do and sketched out and stuff like that. You can see all the rough work, the plastic being cut off. Fortunately enough, all of these will be covered up, so I won't be spending time to clean them up at all. Okay, but some of the things inside will definitely be cleaning up. So I actually went to buy a rougher grade of sandpaper. This is 240. I actually listened to some of your comments that I can try using a rougher one. So I went to buy this 240 and I use it on my wooden frame, and so far it's working very well. The wooden frame is not fixed yet. It still has some minor problem, but it's definitely easier than before. So I'm going to try using this to sand and plastic and see whether it will make my life easier. Yeah, or maybe I should use some metal file in at once. No. Okay, this is actually pretty hard to sand. I actually feel like taking my sonic cutter to slice off all these things because it's very thick. Yeah, I'll just use my sonic cutter. Yeah. I think this is the time where I appreciate if there's a sanding tool, those machines. Actually, this diamond file that I have been using it for at least 5 years already, so I don't think it's really that effective as the first few times that I was using it, the first few years. But then as long as it can still help me sand down the plastic, I still use it. Next half an hour you'll be seeing me sanding up. Hey Jonathan. This evening here actually is 10 p.m. 10:20 p.m. here. I'm going to use another diamond file. This is from Tamiya itself. I'll be using this quite often as well, and I really like the, but I seldom use it to sand things like that. Usually I use this to sand the nubs from the plastic itself, and reason why I like to use this is because it's actually give me a smoother finish as compared to the diamond file. So you can see after sanding, the center portion is actually reddish, more reddish than the side, because it's actually sanding off and smoothing at the same time. Oh, code name. I have no idea yet. I'm waiting for it to come to me naturally. I will most probably stay up till maybe 12, then I will go for my rest. what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a super glue to just cover it up the surface. There are still some small little cracks there, so usually what I do is either I will take some putty to fill up, or I'll just use some baby powder and super glue to apply it over, for faster result. So my baby powder is behind me. Okay, so this is it. I might have squeezed it a bit too much. So I just break this accelerator, which will speed up the drying time or the curing time of this super glue. So once it's cured, I will start to sand it down. Oh, it could be the fan behind me. It's very humid. Even doing this work, then you can see I'm starting to sweat. No lah, my fan is still on, just that it's blowing somewhere else. what's left with this is that I'll be sanding down further, and then we will prime it, then we will see the effects. I'll move on to the next part. Book. I think there's a lot of work behind a book, and I really respect all the modelers like Mr. Dash, Anu, you know, Ifan, those people who have came up with their own book and stuff. Even Joshua, who came out with a book and stuff like that. Um, Personally, I have thought of coming out with a physical book, but I still prefer to have the PDF version where you can bring it around on your mobile device. And Aston, hello. Um, when you have all your, you can actually bring around with you, and you don't need a physical book. Personally, I bought a lot of art book itself, and what happened is that after reading it the first time, I will just shelve it, just like all the Hobby Japan's, Dengeki, Hobby. I mean, once a while I'll take it out for reference and stuff, but it's not a cheap book, So, but a PDF is different. A PDF, the reason why I'm issuing it on a monthly basis, and it's a small chapter by itself, is so that after reading it, you have the time to digest it. You get to think about it, because it's like how many pages, it's less than 10 pages and stuff. um, but if it's one whole book, 50, 100, the kind of pages, you won't get to read everything at one go. You won't have the, I mean, yes, maybe you read everything, but how much do you actually remember, and how much will you actually apply those knowledge? That's why I prefer working with Patreon, and coming it out with a monthly kind of issue, and keep it um, small, keep it easier to understand, and then post questions if you have any, and I'll answer them at the end of the month. On top of that also is I like doing some of the creative stuff, so things like page layout, coming out with the cover magazine, things like this. There's so many things to learn in that area, so I want to make use of the opportunity to learn as well lah. So every issue I will try, like last one Barbatos is a certain kind of template. The next one for the Nightingale will be a new template itself. So hopefully as time progresses, I will improve on the layout, to make it look interesting to read and learn. Yeah, I'm using the super glue to fill up. At the same time, there are just some small little gaps that even my eyes can't see, so I'm just using it to fill up the small little gaps. Then I'll sand it down again. Yeah, regarding the book itself, collector, keeping the books and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I did thought of that before, but I mean, it's just based on my own experience that I prefer it to be uh, what do I say? Even if you were to lose it one day, I mean, the book itself, if you were to lose it, lost it, or for whatever reason you no longer process it, that's it, it's gone. But for ebook, you can still download it from your email, or even if you lost that link, you can always come back to me, and I can always send it back to you again. So it's always going to be there. um, or when you run out of space, there are some things that you definitely need to sacrifice. And for me, I'm a collector myself. In the past, I collect tons of comic books, but in the end, when I dive into this hobby, the whole room have to be, I mean, the whole room is converted into a workshop now, and all the comic books are being let go, and it's actually quite painful for me to see them go. I still keep some of them, uh, but those that I really like, they're no longer with me. So it really hurts me if I were to see those books, you know, to be left away. Also, I prefer the kind of connection or interaction with people. So um, with the small little ebook, per issue, you get to really ask questions. Then we can mingle around over on YouTube and stuff. But once you bought the book, you'll be reading it alone. It's not like the PDF, you also be reading alone, but at least there's a place where um, you can post your questions or doubt or your work in progress or whatever you have learned through that book. Okay, so fortunately enough, I still have space, so yeah. I haven't spent time to fix back. Commission work, actually in the past few years I actually thought of trying it out, um, just for fun, it's not really for earning money or whatever, because I know, comparing to some of my design freelance work and stuff, commission work will never earn as much as compared to those. So it's really just for fun, but no, I've never done any commission. And if you ask me if I were to do it now, when I have project like this, I really doubt I have the time to really focus on a commission. But maybe in the future, hopefully, if I'm able to retire early, then maybe I will have some time to take this commission work as a part-time job. But then again, commission work can be kind of how do I say, uh, a place where your creativity will die off at some time, because you have to hit your clients, how to say, design. Sometimes the clients, or even in freelance, sometimes the client is the one that set the art direction. So whatever the clients tell you to do, you have to do, even though it is against your own creativity, or the aesthetic wise it's not going to be that nice, but because the client is always right, so you got to follow them. But if I will get to pick my own project, that would be a different case, because if the client were to trust me from start to end, then that will be different, because the freedom is there. Mm, actually, I don't remember. I think I have to go back and check it out again. I mean, from time to time, I always thought of doing commission, but I doubt I will have the focus to, after a while, maybe I might even lose the interest. So better not to take up this commitment. I mean, out of box can be done quite fast. 3 days or a week you can get it done, but I think I would want to commit. On the other hand, maybe I might think of maybe building something that I like, then after that putting up for sales and stuff for charity or whatever. Uh, wow. Yeah, I actually have also thought of that before. Some of the, of course, I don't want to use some of the winning build or some of the older build. I rather build something new, something that I also like, and do it for charity sake. Maybe only 1% go for charity, and I'll take the rest of the 99%. I'm just kidding, by the way. But all these have to wait lah. I can't really do all of this. I mean, all these thoughts, all these ideas. It really takes some time for me to go and work on it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, too many ideas. Every time I buy one model kit, I always thought that, hey, okay, I'm going to do this, do that, but in the end, all inside the backlog. Which is why this year I really thought about it before. I should buy less, um, buy only if I really need it, for this current build. I rather spend the money on tools that are useful. Even like the webcam took me very long time before I really take the money to spend on it. Okay man, take care Jonathan. Thanks for hanging around. See you soon. Talk about bang bang. Gaming is another issue. I think if we cut down on gaming, I think we can all be very productive. to work hard, Aston. You going army soon? So moving on to 400 grid. Next is 600 grid. This is a Dawson 2. And after this, I'll be taking this to the washroom to wash away all the dust and stuff. Once it's dry up, I'll be priming it to check for any imperfection and fix them tomorrow. Everything is well, then tomorrow what I'll be doing is to add some details on this piece. Okay, the feeling of it is really good, very smooth. You don't really feel any bump at all. Okay, so hopefully tomorrow when we take a look at the prime version, we don't see any defect. If there is any defect, then we shall fix it on the spot. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for staying around. So I will be doing another live video tomorrow, same time around 10 p.m. So see you guys around tomorrow. Bye.